Hello, it's Mindy. We've only been to Tesco's today, no other shops. It's Thursday the 30th of June. It's also Connor's 24th birthday. But we had to go today, even though normally, like last week, it was Friday, just because there's so much other stuff to do. So we had time today, and I'm quite happy. There's no... I made a meal plan that I can't find, but I know what it is. Most of what we're having, I think it's 6 meals, will be coming out of what's in the freezer. Because last week we managed to get so many meat meals and that. So, yeah, we spent a bit, but we're under budget. But I did pick up some expensive items, so I'm going to allow myself off. And I did get, there's my list I took in. I would say that I've got about 90% of it. What I didn't get is a few bits that I decided to change when we saw the special offers. But we'll start here so I can get rid of these bits. We've got 2 packs of knickknacks. They're 99p. They were on the list, but I was hoping to get 2 different flavours, but they're the only ones. And then we've got Tesco's own version of Quavers. They were $1.15. Yeah, then we can actually see my shopping. I did have cucumber on the list and things like that. I didn't realise my hubby had picked up such a short one. It's tiny. That was, I believe it was 52 or 55. You'll see the receipt at the end. We've picked up a celery. That might have been what was 52. Or was it still 30? No, that was still 49, sorry. We've got a kilo of carrots at 45p. We haven't brought carrots for a few weeks. And the easy peelers, the Suntrail ones, were 72. It might just be easier for me to show you the prices at the end, because they have changed. But with the grapes, they're £1.20 instead of £2. But the Nightingale ones were £1.27. But these ones actually look nicer. So I've only, really, I think I've only saved 7p. We've got some cherry tomatoes, because we've still got normal tomatoes in the fridge. Some mushrooms for 90p. And I wasn't going to get lettuce because we're not getting through a whole one, even though it's summery weather. But these 2 were down to 33p. They just need a really good wash. The peppers were nice this week, so I picked those up at $1.16. And then I picked up normal onions for 49p. But when we looked in the reduced part for the vegetables, we noticed they had lots of red onions at 30p. And they still feel nice and firm. So we've got red onions as well. I'm going to move you along a little bit. Does anybody else do it? When you see a crate of vegetables and you think, oh, they're not very big, you lift it up and look in the one underneath. This one was from the one underneath and it's much bigger. But to me it kind of looks like a crossbreed between a white and a sweetheart, because it's pointy on top. That was around 59p. And I've also picked up some sultanas. They were 99p for 500 grams. Because I picked up porridge oats. And these were 75. and that is to make things like porridge or oatmeal cookies, not flapjacks because that uses far too much butter and sugar. Got some sponges, 43p. These were under 80p, I think it was, but I thought we'd give them a try because for a wheat biscuit that is cheap. And washing up liquid at 44p. Excuse me, I'm going to move you along, so hopefully not too bumpy. Brussels sprouts was the only vegetable that's frozen that I got at 120. They don't even have a place for broccoli anymore. But that broccoli and cauliflower mix I got last week in the fridge, I've still got one bag and it still looks absolutely fine. We picked up a bunch of bananas. What is it? 7 there. There was no 17p cola, so we've picked up a cherry cola zero. I believe they're still 50p each. What's it? Oh, may as well get this out of the way so I can get him some water. We have loads of seed packets for tomatoes and we never got round to doing it. So even though he doesn't look happy, but he is bone dry. But for 50p, we thought we'd try and rescue him because I keep saying him, but it looks okay. It's just completely dry of soil. And for 50p, if I get a tomato out of it, it'll be worth it. Connor likes honey. We don't have it in the house because Yuki doesn't eat it. But I thought I will pick up a jar because apparently Connor likes honey on toast, which he hasn't had for years. And we've picked up 20 nuggets for 85p because one of the meals next week is obviously like nuggets and chips and beans. I've picked up a apple and blackcurrant squash at 45p and an orange one as well. The sunflower oil for a litre was 165, but they actually had some in, so I've picked up one. And we've got hot chocolate at 93p. Because my husband's so sweet, because we've got quite low, he's not been having a hot chocolate, he's let me have them. What else is... Right, the Neville's bread, it's got 3 days on it, it's 36p, but the Hovis is reduced to 32p. It's the day's date, but I'm going to make sandwiches and freeze those straight away so that my husband can just take them out the freezer in the morning and they'll be ready by lunchtime. Because where I'm not waking up early enough in the morning, he's been too lazy and won't make them himself, so he's not taking sandwiches. This is to go with pork from last week, so 50p Yorkshire puddings. And yeah, so I've got 2 lots of bread, so I don't know if I'll do one as it is and one for sandwiches, or just do both sandwiches. And we've got some olive spread at £1.10 because I don't want to run out. Got 2 ketchups at 52p. And we've also picked up some cooking bacon this week because last week I said it wasn't looking very nice. This one you can see is all rashers, and then they had this one that is just 2 great big chunks. But what I'm going to do with this one is with my kitchen scissors cut it into strips and then cube it, and to me that would be a lard on them, wouldn't it? But they're 75p each. So for 150 you've got a kilo of bacon. Obviously we've got sweeties. They're all suitable for vegetarians, and with your club card you get 3 packets for £1. These are new to Bognor Regis. The Miss Molly cake mix is 50p, but in Bognor, if you want this one, you have to either drive 8 miles to Chichester, they sell it, or 8 miles to Littlehampton and they sell it. But we finally got it in Bognor. They've had a huge changing what's in the shop, and we've also got 2 chocolate ones. So for 4 cake mixes this cost me £2. But even things like your biscuits, custard creams used to be down here, this end, and your like lunchbox stuff this end. Now it's custard creams here, lunchbox there. The tea and coffee's all been changed around. But that's sort of like just, I think it's so that you have to look better for what you want. But for 75p we've got burger cheese slices, because we haven't used the burgers yet in the freezer. Nor's Yuki in her vegetarian burgers. There's 2 packets of soft pitters. They were 27p, but they make a good pizza base. These were on my list. For a kilo of mung beans, £2.35. But I do like bean sprouts. I just don't buy them because they always look a bit brown in the shop. You know, the root part and all that. And I do have a food phobia when it comes to long thin lines and that. So I'm going to grow my own bean sprouts. But that should make a lot. I don't know when I'll do it, but if I fancy a stir fry, I think you've got to have between 4 and 5 days to grow the sprouts. But at least I know they'll be fresh. 1 bag of sugar at 65p. Because I'm making the sandwiches for the freezer, we picked up another block of cheese. It's £4.43 a kilo, and this one's come to £4.38. I could never be a bingo caller. I get my numbers run the wrong way all the time. Right. These were not on the list. A while ago, about a month ago, I noticed they'd gone up from 150 to 160, but they're on your club card deal for £1. So we grabbed cheese and ham and cheese and chives. But what was really good is the Ritz crackers. When you buy the individual packs, instead of £1.89, they're £1 on your club card. So we picked up 2 packets of those as well. And I can't turn you. So I just got to change the angle, that's it. I think they were still 95p, but where these are, they had a big tower of bread rolls in the baskets on wheels. That was covering the price, so it looked like 95p. Stuffing for 45p to go with the pork dinner. Miss Molly chocolate chip cake bars, 49 I think. Oh. We've got 1 packet of wraps again, 85p. Because we haven't brought any potatoes because it's just not that type of weather that you want nice sort of potatoey meals. So we've got more bread products this week. Hubby's picked up some custard creams at 41p each. And I blame him because I never get a looking on the custard creams. And for the burgers that we have already in the freezer, we've got 3 packets of large white baps. For the ones, those huge burgers you can get in Aldi, they do fit in these without too much overhang. But they were down to 26p, if that's in focus. So like I said, I've got 3, which you still can't see that well. Did I just show another bag of rice for 45p? Because I'm going to do like stir fries and that for myself. Don't know if the others want it, but that's what I want. A thin and crispy pizza for Yuki, 66p, and 69 for the pepperoni, which isn't bad. When you see how much pepperoni you get on there for 3p, it's amazing. And tucked in the corner is another 6-pack of toilet rolls for just under £2. But luckily we took Philip with us, who's my second oldest child, but he's very tall, so he got those off the shelf for me. Because I swear that is a conspiracy. Put the stuff that's a nice price so high that nobody can reach it. And then we've got 3 packets of pasta at 32p, and because everybody says there's going to be a shortage of wheat, so 3 packets is what Tesco says you can have. But if it turns out there's no shortage, come Christmas I just won't be buying pasta next year. But it is in date till April 24. But we can get through quite a bit of pasta even though there's only 4 of us, because we have like pasta bakes. I always call them Pasta King. That could be a trademark, I don't know. But it's what the kids used to buy in the secondary schools. So the name's just stuck since then. But yeah, we do have a lot of pasta meals. So I think I did really well between, like, because obviously mung beans, I've never brought those before, but we've got a few different bits, and we got our lovely little plant that might save us a fortune. But I'm gonna show you the receipt and put my glasses on so I can see it with you this time. That is, I'm mainly showing you the prices in case I did say anything wrong. You might better pause it or something if you need to check, or just check on the online shopping bit. But it came to £57.20 before the club card, and then it was £53.52p. But the only saving was the sweets, the cream cheese thing, and the crackers, and that's a saving of nearly £3.70. But I still like the days when those sort of offers were just a weekly deal. You didn't have to have your club card with you. I can't believe that you have to do that nowadays. But I wish they'd bring buy one, get one free back as well, because I miss those days. But yeah, that's what we've got. And I'm going to try and use up what's... Oh, that's what I was going to say. Last week I did say I was going to walk to the shops to look for yellow stickers. I didn't leave the house once since last shopping. So I definitely am lazy. But it's just, I didn't need anything. And I thought if I do see a yellow sticker, I might be tempted to grab it. And I think it's just carrying it home. But this week we didn't need it. So I thought I'm not going to bother. And it was windy, rained a few days. But I will do it possibly a few times. Yeah. But I'm going to say goodbye. And I will see you next next time.